Welcome back everyone, it's me, Mr. 4K. As I have promised you, I am testing a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on PS5 Pro. And the first thing that I can tell you, the very first thing that I noticed is it's much smoother. Like me moving my headset, it just feels smoother. It feels more fluid. There's a fluidity to it. That's the first thing I noticed. The second thing that I noticed, it looks a little bit sharper. I don't know if that has to do something with the PSSSR being turned on and you know, it's rendering, you know, automatically. I don't know. I also don't know if there's any updates for PS5 Pro version from Asobo. What I'm basically doing here, guys, and please don't judge me, is I'm telling you what I'm experiencing. I already played PlayStation VR 2 on the regular PS5. So I'm coming from a regular PS5 using the PlayStation VR 2 now onto a PS5 Pro version. I also noticed that it's brighter, that the HDR is brighter. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's take off, okay? So there's a couple of things, like I said, I notice here. The frame rate seems to be more stable, seems to be more consistent. There's a fluidity to the frame rate, and that's something you certainly want in VR. When it comes to VR, you want the fluidity, you want the frame rates. The better the frame rates, the better the fluidity. It makes it more realistic. Besides the fluidity and the frame rate, I also notice that the visuals are a little bit sharper. Like I can clearly see everything that says here. I don't have to like get closer to look at it. I can see in the distance, like everything looks a little bit sharper. Like I have a much better fidelity on the detail. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing right now on a PS5 Pro version. I also noticed that the HDR is a little bit brighter. Okay? So, and again, I don't know if Asobo has done any PS5 Pro updates. I haven't heard about any PS5 Pro updates for PlayStation VR 2, but I did read on, I think it was on the PlayStation blog, that they are, you know, thinking about, you know, utilizing the PSSSR and to take the advantage of PSSSR with the PlayStation VR 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So I don't know if they've done any updates, okay? So go easy on me down on the comments, all right? I'm just telling you what I'm experiencing. And my reference is I already have played this on the base PS5, so I'm coming from a reference point of me already testing this out on a base PS5, so I'm coming from that reference. All right. So let's go back and let's rehash what I just said earlier. The first thing I've noticed, the fluidity. Everything's fluid, and that's what you want in VR. You want the fluidity. That's number one. Number two, I've noticed that the frame rates are better. Frame rates are very consistent versus what I was experiencing on a PS5 base. Now, PS5 base, it's still good, but I just noticed that the world is loading much quicker, much faster. The frame rates are a little bit more fluid, and I don't know if that has anything to do with PSSSR, because the PSSSR automatically AI, super spectral, super resolution, it's automatically, you know, keeping that performance. I don't know. All right, I'm not Mark Cerny here, so I can't really tell you, and I don't work for the Asobo. What I'm just basically saying is what I'm experiencing. Okay, so I'm not like trying to act like I'm Richard from Digital Foundry or something like that. I'm just a regular Joe Schmo who's telling you what he's experiencing. And I have a good reference from what I was experiencing on the base PS5, which was great. I said what the base PS5 can do, it's pretty amazing. And I said that how many times when I was doing videos and live streams. Remember the Grand Canyon, when I was flying in the Grand Canyon, I said that like numerous of times. So now switching the gears to the Pro version, PS5 Pro, this is what I'm experiencing. And obviously you guys can see that through the video, okay? And I'm not making this video to give you like, oh look, here's the example. No. The only way for you to have the understanding of what I'm experiencing, it's putting this headset on. This is the only way, dude. I think I already have acknowledged this, like on all of my videos. I said, to understand like how good the VR is, you have to put on a headset. You know, the whole point of this video is for me to give you my feedback, and that's why you clicked on this video. That's why you're watching this video, because you want to hear, well, Mr. 4K has already spent a lot of time playing the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on a base PS5, and he already tested the PlayStation VR 2 version. Now he has a good reference point from the base PS5 and the PlayStation VR 2 on the base PS5, now switching gears to the Pro version. And I think that's one of the unique things about me doing this whole PS5 Pro review. I have a reference coming from the PS5 base, so I can tell you hands-on like what I am seeing different. Now, if you're somebody who never played the base PS5 and the only thing that you have is PS5 Pro, then you have no reference to look at. But I have the reference to look back at and say, well, here's my reference point. I already tried this, I already tested this, so now I'm switching gears here to the Pro version, so I have a pretty good reference. I can even see the scratches on the window on the cockpit. I don't know if you guys can actually see these scratches. Can you guys see these scratches? It is ridiculous. I think, you know what, let me tell you something. I might have to revisit the Mark Cerny video. Honestly, now that I'm testing the PS5 Pro, I might have to go back to that Mark Cerny seminar. Because what he was really talking about, it's coming to fruition now. Everything that he said was accurate. When he was talking about the importance of this spectral super resolution and how important this is going to be for these future games that will support PS5 Pro enhancements. And now we're seeing that after 2 years, now we're seeing the benefit of the PSSSR and this new PSSSR 2 update. Now we're seeing that benefit. 500. And now it's showcasing that benefit, not just with the your 4K television, but also with your PlayStation VR 2. I also need to test Gran Turismo 7. Now the Gran Turismo 7, Polyphony Digital took the full advantage of the PSSSR, and they removed the foveated view, so it should look very sharp. But I also heard that's what Asobo wants to do. They want to remove the foveated view. They want to make this look as sharp as possible. But let me tell you, what I'm experiencing right now, it's as good as you can be, man. I mean, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This is pretty good. I have no complaints, man. And I knew that the PS5 Pro version will look better. I just knew it. But remember, this is just the beginning. Asobo, once they utilize and squeeze all the bells and whistles that the PS5 Pro has, including the PSSSR 2, once they squeeze all of that, man, we'll have a really good looking, by the end of this year, I think, just in time for holidays, we'll have a really good looking Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is convenient. It's still hard to believe that I'm on a console. Even though it's expensive, it's a $1,000 console. But I think I'm starting to understand the benefits of this super expensive console. Now, I still don't agree with the price point. And it's not just me that doesn't agree, a lot of people don't agree. But I also see like the benefit of the Pro version. You know, yes, we all have to acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is the price tag. Obviously, it's ridiculous, and they need to figure out the way to lower the price. But at the same time, I can see the benefits that Mark Cerny was talking about. And that's why I want to go back to that seminar video that he did. What was it, like a 1 hour seminar video where he talked about the importance of this RDNA 2X, as he likes to call it, with a 32 working groups, 16 teraflops, and this AI upscaling spectral super resolution. All of this is now coming to fruition, and there's certainly benefits. And we'll see those benefits with Wolverine. When Wolverine comes out, we'll see those benefits with the latest Silent Hill, and we'll see those benefits with Ace Combat 8, which comes out in October. But I think most likely one of the biggest benefits that we're going to get is going to come from Grand Theft Auto 6. Let me tell you something. Even if Sony didn't do any Pro enhancements, which I can't believe that they wouldn't, because they have a really good, close relationship with Sony. But even, let's say hypothetically, that Rockstar didn't do any Pro enhancements, turning the PSSSR on, it will make that game look more vibrant and much sharper, because it's going to upscale automatically. So automatically, even if Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't support any Pro enhancements, it's still going to look much better on your 4K TV with a Pro version because of the PSSSR. But I'm pretty sure, because Sony works very closely with Rockstar, and they have a good relationship with Rockstar. And it's true, PlayStation, Sony always had a great relationship with Rockstar. So I can't imagine Rockstar not taking any advantage of PSSSR or PSSSR 2. I can't imagine, Rockstar not taking any advantage of the Pro version. I'm sure they will take the advantage of the Pro version, for sure. Alright, so I don't know what else to say other than this is great, man. This is great. And this is, I guess, without the Pro enhancement update. I can only imagine what the Pro enhancement update is going to do for PlayStation VR 2. This looks great. And even the world loads faster and quicker. Just everything looks more fluid, everything looks more vivid.
Pull up. Pull up.
This is great,
Pull
man.
up. Pull up.
So my next video is going to be Gran Turismo 7. First I want to talk about the graphics of the Gran Turismo 7, ray tracing, and then after that we'll do a PlayStation VR 2 version of Gran Turismo 7, which I heard is one of the best VR versions for PlayStation VR 2, and I will certainly check it out. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If I don't read your comments right away, that's because I'm busy, guys. I don't have time to be checking the messages. I don't have time to be looking at the comments. When I have time, I will look at it whenever that is. But right now, I just don't have time because I'm really busy. But when I do have time, whenever that is, I will get to your comments. I will reply. Okay, I will check the messages when I have the time. But right now, I just don't have time because I'm so busy, man. Besides me doing this, and I'm trying to do this to help you guys out, so that way you have some, better perspective about the PS5 Pro coming from someone who it's not a shill for Sony, for someone who is not a fanboy that's attached to any brand. You getting hands-on opinions and thoughts from someone who is unbiased and is just telling you, I'm just telling you the way I see it, what I'm experiencing. I'm not here trying to sell you anything. I'm not a salesperson, okay? I'm just here, nor am I justifying the price. I'm just here to tell you my honest experience. And that's the whole point here, to be completely transparent and honest about my experience with PS5 Pro, as I have done with every product. Even with Nintendo Switch 2, the only thing with Nintendo Switch 2, I just couldn't find anything wrong. I couldn't find anything wrong with Nintendo Switch 2. The only negative I had about Nintendo Switch 2 was that their first-party games are always expensive. They're super expensive, right? And I talked about, Mario Kart World being $80, ridiculous. Super Mario Galaxy, all of that, ridiculous pricing, Even Mario Tennis Fever, $70, ridiculous. That was the negative that I gave to Nintendo. But everything else on Nintendo Switch 2, I was being completely frank. I wasn't shilling for Nintendo Switch 2. I was simply saying I am impressed with what Nintendo Switch 2 can do. Considering it's only $500 if you buy the bundle. So for $500 console, I was pretty impressed with what Nintendo Switch 2 is doing. But I'm never justifying anything. I never shill for anything. And I think that's the difference between me and other YouTubers. Other YouTubers, they want to shill. They want to act like a salesman. One of the reasons why I quit being a salesman is because of that one principle. I just don't like that job. That's one of the reasons why I quit being a certified sales agent. I just didn't like it. I could have made a lot of money, but I didn't like making my money by, I hate to use this word, forgive me YouTube, bullshitting people to buy stuff they don't need. I don't like that. I don't like bullshitting people to buy stuff and waste their money on the stuff that they don't need. It's one of the reasons why I quit being a salesman. And that's what I do here on this YouTube channel. I try to be honest. I'm not a salesman. I could be the best salesman ever, dude. I can sell you anything if I really wanted to. But I don't do that because I have principles. Others, they want to abuse that. They want to manipulate that because they want to sell you something. Did you notice that? Everyone on YouTube's trying to sell you something. Either A, sell you something, or they're trying to justify what they have purchased. I don't do neither one of those things. I don't justify, nor do I try to sell you something. I'm just trying to be as honest as possible and transparent about my experience with what I'm experiencing. And that's why you want to hear what I have to say. You heard other YouTubers and what they have said, but you haven't heard what I have said. So I'm trying to give you a different perspective, a fresh new perspective. And I think that's what makes YouTube so unique, to hear from other people, not just from the big influencers or the big shills, to hear from regular Joe Schmoes who have no betting money on any kind of racing horses, and they're just giving you their honest opinions and thoughts. And that's what I try to do here. No bullshit, okay? Just, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you, hey, here's my opinion. Here's what I think. Here's what I'm experiencing, okay? And I have a good reference because I have already experienced base PS5 and all the games on the base PS5, and of course I also have experienced PlayStation VR 2 for many years now, so I can tell you good reference what I experience now with the Pro versus the base PS5, you know. So I hope this clarifies for the new people who have come to join me. Welcome aboard on my channel. I don't know if I'm gonna continue YouTube next year. I haven't made a decision yet. We'll see my numbers and how many people will join, how many people will subscribe to my channel. If I can get more than 50,000, if I can get like 60,000 subscribers by the end of this year, I'll probably stay and continue. You know, so I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm hoping maybe, you know, Grand Theft Auto 6 will help me out. Maybe reach 60,000 subscribers. But if I don't reach 60,000 subscribers, I don't know if I'm gonna do this full time. I might post some videos here and there, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it full time, you know. But you guys can help. You guys can help this channel to continue. You have to remember, I've been doing this for 12 years. This is not like my first rodeo. I've been doing this for 12 years, 10,000 videos. I worked really hard. And if you guys appreciate that, if you guys are being frank about that, you know what you have to do. It's not that difficult. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to become a member. You don't have to donate. Okay? All you have to do is just share. Basically, it costs you nothing. Zero. All you have to do is click, share, like, leave a comment if you like, say hi, and that's that. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you like. Very simple. And if you do that, then you help this brother over here. You help this brother, this bozo, get to the algorithm. So I don't know what's going to happen next year, 2027. Am I going to stay? Am I not going to stay? I haven't made a decision. But you guys can make that happen. You guys can make that happen by helping this channel, grow. And you don't have to donate anything. You don't have to put a penny into this channel. You don't have to subscribe to a membership for $2. You don't have to donate. All you have to do is just share, like, subscribe. Share it to your social media. Get me to that algorithm, and this channel will grow. And it costs you nothing. It literally, it costs you absolutely zero. All it costs you is like a few minutes of your time. If you have a few minutes to spare, you know, just to share, like, subscribe, and leave a comment, you know. So, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. We'll see how it goes in 2027. I'll let you know in January. We'll see where we are with subscribers and how many views and all of that. We'll see. Okay. But as far as the PS5 Pro and the PlayStation VR 2, before I end this video, this is pretty impressive. And this really gets me excited about the future updates for PlayStation VR 2 with the PS5 Pro. And I'm also excited to test Gran Turismo 7. Two videos coming out, Gran Turismo 7. One is the 4K ray tracing with high resolution, 60 FPS with ray tracing, advanced ray tracing. And then of course the second video after that will be PlayStation VR 2 version, and we'll check it out. Okay. So stay tuned, subscribe. We'll get more videos on PS5 Pro rolling out. I think this is certainly the best place to be. If you want to know about the PS5 Pro, Okay, I'll do my best to really get to your comments when I have a chance, because I know you guys have a lot of questions. I'll do my best to answer those questions when I have a chance. And I think this is probably the best place for you to learn more about the PS5 Pro. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.